your New Year's special, okay? And this is going to be for the first week of 2022. So, we made it. Oh, excuse me, guys. Kind of trying to get this gunk coming up out. So, you guys, what I am going to be doing, I'm also doing a New Year's special. Oh, and also welcome to my channel. This is 𝗀𝗻𝗺𝗀, where we just dive into things, okay? I am going to be doing also a special, but I'm going to be doing a Patreon thing where for 3 weeks to possibly a month, depending on how I feel, I will be opening up my Patreon to the public for free for 3 weeks. So you guys can kind of see pretty much how my Patreon runs, how it works, and so forth. And then, see for you guys to know what you want to be a membership of, because there's like 3 levels in the Patreon. You have the VIP level, you have you have the only, what is it, only out or only access or something. Then you have like a full half access, and so forth. Okay, so yeah, you guys, I'm going to be putting an extended video to every video now, okay? And that video is going to be in the description box below. The timestamps are going to be in the description box below. If you do not want to hear the intuitive messages, you can skip straight to the reading pretty much, okay? So, now now that we have that out the way, but my Patreon is just better because I get to curse, I get to talk about more sexually explicit content, I get to get into the nitty-gritty of it all. It's like the raw. So it's a lot better than just YouTube me, because I'm not able to really express myself, really dig too deep into things, because YouTube has their policies. So if you're wanting the rawness, if you wanting the realness, the 100% authenticity, holler at your girl over on Patreon, okay? Remember, 3 weeks it will be open to the public. So just take that to advantage while you can until then. Until you have to pay. Alrighty, so you guys, now for your intuitive, I was getting like, you guys have a plan, okay? It's giving me the young thug, like, I had the plan, you know, so I don't know if y'all ever heard that TikTok, but go to YouTube, look up I had the plan, and put Young Thug behind it, and it'll pop up. And he's like, I had the plan, and he was talking about a deal pretty much that messed up, but he ended up being able to finesse the situation, and he was like, I just needed a platform. So I feel this week you guys are coming out of a negative situation. Even though something didn't go as planned, you still know how to make something work in your favor, okay? Another thing, air signs, from January the 2nd to the 7th, a truth is going to be revealed about your strength, okay? It's time to work on the view of opposite sex. So, possibly you guys been hurt, okay? You've been, achy breaky hard. That's what it's given, I'm not going to lie. It's giving a little bitterness too, just a little bit. Resistance is causing you guys is caused from you guys' trauma in some form, okay? When it comes to your gender, like if you're a female, if you're a male, if you're trans, something like that. It's like something about your guys' gender that you guys just don't like. Like if you're a female, you don't like how men view you sexually and just sexualize you. If you're a male, you don't like how women are just like, oh, you need to have money, you need to have this, or you don't like how you have to pretty much have the world on your shoulder. It's something like that about, the energy that you hold, okay? So this week also, your confidence is going to be golden. Value style is definitely not to be devalued, I feel, okay? And then also, new year, new me. I have not yet to say this, and I've been waiting to feel this cliche energy on on one of the elements. Unfortunately, I haven't. What? Wait, so wait. No, y'all will never guess what just happened. Okay, so let me tell you guys something. Oh my God, I almost want to say a story time, but look, so my grandmother, who is a devoted Christian, not a Christian, but a Christian, a true Baptist, okay? Um, Is it Christian, Baptist, whatever? Y'all know what I mean. So she just liked my TikTok video. And my TikTok video is solely based on my business, my tarot readings. I never have. I will only have a social media for business and not personal because I'm just not a social media type of person. But yeah, so she just liked it. I guess she was like letting her presence be known. And I kind of hid that from I mean, it's not hidden, but she just, my grandmother is very, very religious. She just talks about how, she just feels like it isn't godly and stuff like that. So, me being the how I was raised, I definitely respect my grandmother with all due respect. So I'm just like, you know what? I just won't let her know about certain things when it comes to my tarot readings and my business. So that's just very that is just very wow. So you guys, another thing, something might catch you off guard. Okay, something guys might have been hiding, possibly about your work, your business, love. Remember, this is a generalized reading. If you want a personal reading, you can always book with me in the description box below, my social, and also the link for this video, the extended video, will be in the description box below, and my social medias and so forth. But yeah, somebody very, very near and dear to your heart might find out something that you're doing. I don't think they're going to disapprove, but it's just going to kind of be like, okay, this makes sense. Like, this is what you were doing. So I don't really know what is going to happen when I talk to her, but it's just like, she don't say nothing, I'm not going to say nothing. She says something, I'm going to be like, hey, you the one that stumbled upon it. I didn't bring it to you. You seeked and you found. So listen, okay? I did my best to keep it from you. So yeah. But I don't know. Maybe it's something about you guys. You know, you thought someone was going to disapprove, but maybe instead they like it, or they are just like, that's your thing and I respect it. So yeah. So let's get into the reading. That was very, very funny and just caught me off guard. Yeah, something definitely might catch you off guard. So you're trying to hide something for your mother and your grandmother this week when it comes to business, especially, you can get that out the bag. Okay, so anywho, we have Lady of Rage Fight, clarified by Kalina Superstition. We have Lady Luck, Luck, clarified by Janae Monet, Fluidity. We have Foxy Brown Attitude, clarified by Remy Ma, Courage. So air signs for this week of January the 2nd through the 7th, I really, really feel for you guys. You guys are kind of just you're kind of in this position where you are you might have people fighting against you, or you might be fighting for a cause yourself. And this is very funny because I've dealt this is kind of what I had to deal with. So it's very ironic. My grandmother is like liking my videos when I literally had to fight nail and tooth for my calling. And to keep going with it. But it's something about that, where it's something in regards to your superstition, or people placing superstitious things on you, or just something about your spirituality in some form. Well, I don't know, it's kind of causing people to have a little bit of a a little bit of a but I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like this is your energy though, air signs. I feel like this is your energy. Like, you guys are fighting for your cause in some form or some way. And it's like you guys are like, you know what, I'm not backing down. This is what I'm meant to do. This is not something I want to do. This is literally my calling. Like, if I was to stop doing tarot reading and put these cards down, I start having premonition dreams. So it's like, I can't really run away from this. I just have to face it head on. And I feel like that's what you guys are realizing and are doing. Instinct. This is what you got to clarify. Lotto, instinct. So I feel like, and when I think of Lotto, I think of, oh my God, and she's a Capricorn, I think of money. I think of boss. I think of moves. I think of, I'm going to get it one way or the other. She literally looks like money and attracts money. So I feel like this is something instinct. This is something that is, whatever you're doing, whether you're rapping, singing, doing tarot readings, doing nails, making chains, doing hair, lashes, eyebrow, whatever the case may be, whatever you're doing, this is something that is literally your calling, something that is like an instinct to you. It's like, it's just, I can't describe it. It's just something that's like embedded in you, like even a hustle. It's like something is just like truly embedded for you. And someone will realize the truth about this, okay? We have rats be truth. Someone is going to realize this. Someone is going to also realize that you are protected too, in some form or some way or some fashion. And that they're just kind of seeing this is very funny. They're just seeing just how innovative you are. And this is funny because my grandmother just liked my video so on TikTok. And wow. So yeah, like I was saying, this person might just, like I said, they might not really like what you're doing. I'm pretty sure with Lotto, how she raps and talks about stuff, I'm pretty sure her mother doesn't like half the stuff that she does, but it's just like, wow, you have made your own lane. 𝗧𝗍 𝗬𝗲 innovative. You've literally made your own lane for yourself. And that is one thing that someone near and dear to you, or just someone in general, or people in general, are really going to respect about you. So Lady Luck, clarified by 𝗧𝗍 𝗧𝗍 One thing about it is, for this week, air signs, you guys are going to be really, really lucky. Remember, well, if you skipped the intuitive, in the intuitive, I was talking about you guys have a plan. And it was giving me that Young Thug vibe where he was like, I had the plan. I just had the, whoop-de-woo. And he was basically talking about how he signed into a messed up deal. He knew it was a messed up deal, but he was just like, he knows how he is and he could finesse the situation, and he did. And I feel like you guys could be in the worst situation, and somehow, some way, like water, you guys still find your way out of a negative situation. So if you could have a person that I'm getting a vision of, like a new and this is funny, so like Spider-Man, excuse my nails, so like Spider-Man, a new Spider-Man character comes out, and the character is trying to control water, but he grabs the water and the water just falls through his hands. I feel like that's just kind of how you guys are when it comes to negative situations. Somehow, some way, you guys always find a way out of it, or somehow, some way to make it better. Okay. And people are really perceiving you guys as very, very lucky. This is because you guys are able, this is 𝗧𝗍 emotions. Now, one thing about, excuse me, guys, I've noticed I've been burping a lot in my video. I'm so sorry about that. So one thing about it, 𝗧𝗍 is a Pisces. Of course, you could be dealing with attracting or embodying, or maybe this situation is embodying Pisces in some form. Like Pisces is about music, acting, and the really spiritual stuff and so forth. But you guys, I feel like there is something where, although this says emotions, 𝗧𝗍 always strikes me as this little hard ass, like a little bit of cut and cold. So you guys might be concealing your emotions in some form, not really showing your true hand. I kind of feel with that, when it comes to, and this is because of your healing. So if people don't perceive you as weak. People perceive you as a tough little cookie and if you do look kind of, because 𝗧𝗍 is really small, really petite, really little, people still see you even in this little small compact size that you could be, or maybe you have a baby face and you look like really sweet. There is still some form of power, like a power bottom or like a powerhouse that you guys have to you, in regards to your healing and what you have been through. Somehow, some way, you are guys always come out on top of a situation and find your way out of a negative situation. And if you can't find your way out of a negative situation, you always find out how to make it work in your favor. And with Mary J. Blige, I really, really, I say this so much. I love how whoever made this thing did not take away her scar. If you know if you know the backstory behind Mary J. Blige's scar, she was in a domestic situation, very abusive situation. So you guys could have been abused mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever the case. Remember, there's no such thing as abuse is only physical. It can be in all forms, any aspect, okay? But I feel like you guys rose to the top, and this might be also why you guys are a little bit hardened with your emotions. And with 𝗧𝗍 ambition, you've literally turned your pain into your hustle. Okay, I really, really do feel that. And it shows. With Foxy Brown attitude, clarified by Remy Ma Change, I do feel, I've always said this card gives me the energy of someone threw you guys to the jungle. waited for 10 days and came back. They thought you would be no more. You walked to the car, the caravan, with tinted chinchilla fox fur coats, okay? I kid you not. It gives me this energy. Like, if you throw me to the wolves, I'm gonna lead the pack. And if any one of them try to turn on me with that pack, I will be having new fur coats. I promise you that. Okay. You know, it's kind of like, it's a situation of, you know, I had no choice but to be strong. You know, I didn't have a choice. I wasn't really able to choose. And this is what led you guys to courage. But I feel like you guys are realizing, though, that you have to tap into your feminine side. Okay. I think you guys are realizing that. And I talked about this in the beginning, where you guys have an energy of kind of bitterness with the opposite sex in some form. But I feel like it is because of your beauty or how people view you. But I feel like you guys are realizing at the end of this week, that can be an advantage, a big advantage for you. And somehow, some way, you guys are going to realize how that's a big advantage for you. Okay. So yeah, something about it isn't really wanting me to tap into why it's a big advantage, but it's just saying at the end of the week, you will realize why. So with humor, I feel like this is giving me the vibe of like you guys are laughing. You guys are, it's just like a, it's giving me a Maleficent vibe. I'm like hearing a Maleficent laugh. You guys are just laughing at a certain situation. Maybe even um, laughing at how people are oozing over you. Cause I wouldn't say laughing at yourself, but I got the vision of you laughing about how it's like, I'm getting, somebody has hard eyes. This is the vision I'm getting. Somebody has hard eyes for you, and you're literally laughing about it. Like, you are so like, you know what I'm saying? I can't describe it. You're just laughing about how the effect you have on people. And with mood, to clarify, I feel like people just see you guys as like something very rare, something very also inspirational. And people, you might have people, even masculine and feminine, that really want to be you. I really feel feminine, and it's very funny because it's not really showing up here, but it's very hidden. But I promise you, you have a lot of more feminine energy that look up to you and feel like you have made your own mood. Literally, you've made your own, like how Cardi B got schmood. You know, you guys have made that for yourself. And Spinderella transition. You guys are transition. You guys are, man, it gives me the energy of I had a plan. I had a plan. I just, you know, like you guys know when is the right time to strike. And you guys always find your way to like, you know, move through the currents, okay? And always come out on top. Somehow, some way. Like, it's very interesting. So we have present, clarified by they think you're going to pay for something, but they'll pay instead. Take that leap of faith and be an entrepreneur. Don't die without saying, I did my best. So you guys. In this present moment, you can have a lot of people that are waiting for your downfall. So that fight could have definitely, you know, been other people fighting against you of some instinct you had. You didn't understand why you were being called to do something, but you just were. And maybe people didn't like this. Maybe people didn't like this. Like I said, even my grandmother didn't like what I'm doing tarot reading. You might have people that you love dearly that just fought nail and tooth for something, you know, you couldn't help that was meant to be for you. Especially when it comes to this being an innovator. But I do feel there's kind of a situation where people expected you to, because they think you're going to pay for something, but they'll pay instead. Take a leap of faith and be an entrepreneur. Don't die without saying I did my best. Literally, to sum it up, people felt, you know, like you weren't going to be able to get through the cracks of something. You weren't going to be able to get out of a negative situation. Maybe this is something you did. Maybe you did something, or maybe you're like, I didn't even do nothing. I didn't do squat diddly. Okay. Put it to where it fits. But when you have this right here, it's kind of giving the vibe. It's something people feel like you did. Even if you didn't. So people have put, It's pretty much like people basically put a lot of negative energy on you. Like, oh, this isn't going to happen for you. You're not going to be lucky for this. You're not going to have this, and whoop-de-whoop. So then the universe said, okay, well, it's pretty much, excuse me. This is what the universe does. The universe is like, who is showing the most malice in this situation? And let me balance it out where it needs to be put. So the people against you that were fighting against you possibly showed malice for that in some form. And they thought that you were going to pay by not being able to be innovative. And come to find out how but they'll pay for something instead. They'll pay for something instead by literally seeing you doing the thing that they fought against you not to do so heavy. And succeeding at it. You're going to be succeeding. You guys are going to be the entrepreneurs. This week there's going to be something in regards to entrepreneur, or maybe you're just taking that step to be an entrepreneur, own your own business, do something new, whatever the case may be. You don't even have to be an entrepreneur. This could just be getting a promotion at a job, whatever the case may be. But yeah, there is something very good that's going to be coming from that. So now, with this, I think it was this that I clarified these two cards for, and I got Jean Grey, 𝗬𝗃 and 𝗧𝗊. So I feel one thing about it. You guys are I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get too deep into how I got into it last time because it was a long reading. But it is so much to unpack that only you guys will know about. So with versatility, I feel like you guys have to change yourself up a little bit. And if you notice on the calculator, it says 10%. You guys are only giving 10% to the people who fight against you when it comes to your calling, people who can't really understand something in some form. But I do feel like these people are going to get a truth serum to them. And they're going to see just how innovative you are and how they really can't stop you. But with versatility, you're realizing that you can't give your all to people. This doesn't even just have to be the people that are fighting against you. This could be, your business. You realize you have to pay a little bit higher for what you're giving. If you're a nail tech and you're doing designs, like crazy designs with what is the little gummy bears on them and all these type of cool stuff, and you're only charging $40, sweetheart, no, bump that up to 80. And if that what is it called? That what do you call that? Acrylic brush, well, gel brush. You ain't got no bumps, no lumps in your nails when you're doing them. $80, sweetheart. You give only 10. You do not give the full 90, okay? And I feel like you're realizing that, whether it's with family, friends, or business, don't give all of yourself. Be versatile, okay? If you're doing a business, don't be putting your personal business out there. Just give what you need to give and be done. It's giving me the energy of don't extend all of your energy to people who just don't deserve it or who won't understand it, okay? They won't understand it because it's not for them to understand. It's for you to understand, okay? So, you guys, that is your reading. But let me give you a resolution. Resolution, we have Spiritual by Erykah Badu, okay? Well, not by Erykah Badu, but Erykah Badu's Spirituality. So, you guys, now there was another thing. I was saying how there's something of people fighting against you or something. And I was saying how you guys are way more spiritual than these people. And it's like these people kind of didn't stop when they were fighting against you in some form. They wouldn't stop. Okay. So maybe you had to kind of hide what you were doing because you seen, or maybe this is the advice that you're going to need for this week. You need to hide what you're doing. Not out of being ashamed, but just hiding this from people who are trying to tear you down. But I feel like people are actually going to find out and they're going to be like, whoa, I thought I stopped this, or I thought you lost faith in yourself because of what I said. But someone will see the truth. And I'm not going to lie. They're not going to like it. And the reason they're not going to like it is because, like, you're really doing your thing in some way. And they're looking at this like, interesting. Like, you're really creative or you're really innovative, literally. So, yeah, I was just saying how you guys are more spiritual than these people because it's something about some people in general that would not stop to kind of derail you off your path. And I don't know if they realize that they were doing this. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they feel like they're doing this out of the kindness of their heart to help you. But they're actually just, little do they know, they're actually, what do you call it? They're, sometimes your family, your friends, and so forth can be your biggest test to see if you are going to not answer your calling. Sometimes family or friends can literally be the main people that derail you off your path due to, what you hearing them say of, oh, you shouldn't do this. Do you know, like if I were to listen to my grandmother, I love my grandmother, don't get me wrong. And she has her calling in life. I have my calling in life. Um, but my grandmother was just saying how this is devil work. You shouldn't be doing this. This should not be touched. And blase, and all this other stuff, and I could have been like, oh my God, knowing damn I'm nowhere near a devil worshiper. I could have been like, oh my God, I'm a devil worshiper, and blah, blah, blah. And for a minute, I was like, okay, maybe I just need to leave this alone. Like, I don't know, like, because that is my grandmother. That is the person who's changed my diapers, raised me. She's fed me. I've lived in a house, so her opinions do matter to me. They do. I'm sorry, they do. Other people's, no. A stranger, its opinion is, I'm not going to care. I will let you talk my head off and I'll be like, okay, all right, well, that's good to know. You have a nice day. I like simple as that. But my grandmother, I'm just like, oh, but I had that for a moment and I said, no, I have to fulfill my mission. I can't, just because this is what you feel and believe and so forth. I'm sorry about that. Um, I hate that you would think that, I'm into something like that, but I can't understand, if you watch the movies, they do make tarot reading very demonic, just like they make Jehovah Witnesses, they put Jehovah Witnesses as the lower religion and so forth, I really, everyone has their own path. If someone wants to be a Jehovah Witness, a Muslim, a Christian, a Baptist, a Catholic, that's their journey in their life. That's not for anyone to try to, judge them or whatever the case. And if you do, I just look at that as like, hey, that's your test. If you want to be a dummy and fail that test, if you want to let somebody suck you in, even though people might really just be doing something from the kindness of their heart. But the other thing that people don't see spiritually is that they don't realize that most people, my grandmother was my biggest test for me. And you guys might be having that situation where somebody was a big test for you. Okay. And they're going to be seeing this week of how you pass. And they're also going to be seeing this week of how, there's a calling for everyone. Just like my grandmother says, there's a job for everyone. Like I told my grandmother I wanted to be a surgeon. This is when I was in college. And she was like, well, and this was her way of saying, I'm not going to lie. That's a little crazy to be cutting on people. But, you're doing it for a good cause, so it's a job for everybody. That's really what she wants to say. Like, I wouldn't do it, but, it's a position for as someone. So, just like that, there is a religion, a calling, a purpose for everyone, okay? And not everyone is going to have the same purpose. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay? So I feel like, yeah, pretty much people just kept fighting you and 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 fighting you. And little did you know, these people were your biggest test, okay? If you were wondering, why were these people so against me? Sweetheart, they were not against you. These people probably do love you. It's just that this was your test. They were spiritually tests for you. And they were running on this test course and they didn't even realize it themselves because they're too blind by it. And that's what happens. So, but just know you are still on track. You came this far. Your spirituality is intact. You know where to go, how to go, what to do, what not to do, and so forth. And you are connected with your angels and ancestors. And one thing about it, um, if you did do something wrong, or maybe people just felt like they wanted to make you feel like you did something wrong, trust and believe your angels and ancestors say, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Okay? You did exactly. That's just so funny that my grandmother seen my video and liked it. Like, the boldness of her. She's a Gemini. Geminis are so, they are all about the foolery. Okay. But yeah. Trust and believe. Your angels and ancestors say, trust me. We approve of what you're doing. So if your angels and ancestors approve of it, your granny, even though you love your granny, your mama, your sister, your brother, your cousin, it don't matter what they think about it. It's your life. Do what you feel is right. If you feel like you need some reassurance, pray, ask God. Hopefully you're praying to a good God. Ask God and your angels and your ancestors, if I am going the wrong way, please guide me the right way. If I am on the right track, help me to continue this track, be on this track with protection. Okay? And trust me, if you're going the wrong way, you will be redirected, okay? And I've said that prayer many, many of times just to make sure, because you never know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm following a calling and a purpose, that doesn't always mean it's right. It does not always mean it's right. No religion, no calling, no purpose is 100% right. Nothing is ever 100%. Okay, correct. Nothing is ever 100%. So one thing, like my grandmother says, the one who liked my video, you know, what does she say? She says this thing that I love. She's like, oh my gosh, it's something where she just like, I don't know everything and I might not do everything right, but I just try to do the best I can in what I know. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes it. It's just like, I just try to do my best. That's all I try to do. So air signs this week, you guys are going to be doing your best, and that is enough. Okay, that's all. Alrighty. So you guys, this is my business card. If you guys are trying to get a more in-depth reading, you guys can follow me at 𝗀𝗺𝗺@yahoo.com. Here is my Twitter, 𝗀𝗺𝗺. I do weekly and weekend readings. I also do a Twitter poll. On my YouTube, I do the Twitter poll on there where I do the weekly readings of whoever gets the majority vote. I also do pick-a-pals and collectives on my YouTube and my TikTok. Please follow my TikTok. As we can see, my grandmother has followed, or at least liked, my TikTok video. Follow my TikTok video, like my grandmother, like it. I just posted a pick-a-pal actually on there with these cards, with the Hip Hop Queens Oracle deck. So I really know that you guys will definitely love it. So do check it out, okay? Those are the social media platforms you can find me to get weekly and daily content, alrighty? Until next time, you guys. Bye-bye.